This is the afternoon weather briefing. This is for Friday, the 28th of July. This is James Spann, a classic late July day. It's hot. It's humid. We have a few spots with a strong storm in progress, and that's pretty much going to be the situation for the weekend. Let's go right to the radar, and doing this update live at 2:53 this afternoon, and you can see clusters of strong storms in isolated spots. For much of the state, it's not raining a drop. But if you're underneath one of these storms, it's coming down. We've got strong winds. All of these will have potential for wet microbursts. We've already had some of those today. First off, let's take a look at that one warning we have in effect. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for parts of southeast Tuscaloosa County and also the far western part of Bibb County. And again, these thunderstorm clusters are moving to the west today, and the heavier storms are capable of producing strong straight-line winds, wet microburst, if you will. We've had some tree damage already today. Of course, tremendous amounts of rain, a lot of cloud-to-ground lightning. The storm's actually stretching north into parts of northeast Tuscaloosa County, just northeast of Lake Tuscaloosa, north of Brookwood. Kind of tour around the other storms. We got a pretty good cluster that's in Walker County, just south of Parrish and Oakman. And over in East Alabama, once again, Calhoun County getting hammered today. They had some really active weather yesterday. Had some scattered wind damage in Alexandria today. Heavier storms now down toward Bynum, the Anniston Army Depot, just west of downtown Anniston, over toward Ragland and St. Clair County. And again, also down in parts of South Alabama. Strong storms. Looks like some of the heavier ones are down in Clark County, west of U.S. Highway 43. Maybe some small hail there in that storm cluster between Thomasville and Coffeyville. So again, these are totally random. You know, it's just a situation where you look at a forecast and it's got probability of precipitation 20%. And if you're underneath one of those storms, you think we're idiots, because you think it's raining everywhere. You have no idea that it's only raining in that spot. And, of course, if you're not in a storm, you hear a chance of rain, you think, why is there a chance of rain? It's not rain at all. It's just the way it works on summer days around here. And we'll check the radar again before we go. This is the upper air look, and it's a classic for late July. Ridge stretching across the deep south. Little weakness in the ridge nearby, allowing the increase in convection today. And you can see those clusters of storms easily on the visible satellite product. And there's the radar composite. So temperatures away from the storms are in the 90s. Near the storms in the 80s. Birmingham down to 83. We've got 88 degrees for Gadsden. Montgomery at 97. Mobile 94. And again, parts of the state with heat advisories. And again, you see that jigsaw puzzle look where some counties are in, some counties are not in. It's hot and humid everywhere unless you're near a storm, and you're going to cool down to the 70s and 80s. And around the nation, we have excessive heat warnings in areas north of Alabama, over into parts of the Middle Atlantic Coast region. An enhanced risk of severe storms through tonight from near Des Moines over to Chicago and near Gary, Indiana. The larger risk runs from Montana over toward Washington, D.C. and Baltimore. And then tomorrow, a couple of risks, one for the High Plains, one for the Atlantic coast. And on day 3, which is Sunday, we have a marginal risk kind of extending down into the northern part of Alabama. That's for any potential thunderstorm mass that forms over Arkansas, Missouri, and West Tennessee that would come down in here in that weak northwest flow aloft. But again, any summer storm, like the ones we have today, can certainly pack a punch. Here's the rain for the next 7 days, and again, you can see the upper high that's over Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas. Sinking air subsidence, no rain. Ring of fire surrounding that with thunderstorms, the monsoon back in the desert southwest, severe storms on top of the heat ridge, and scattered storms here. And again, these maps are basically impossible to draw this time of the year. Like today, some spots have had 2 inches of rain today in 1 hour. So the numbers will vary greatly because of the random, scattered nature of these storms. So in the tropics, Hurricane Center, they're drawing 3 X's on the map now. We've got one near the coast of Central America, and this is moving inland. It will not develop. We have one that is on the Georgia coast. That will not develop. It's basically inland. The feature to watch is the one that is out in the middle of the Atlantic between the Lesser Antilles and the coast of Africa. And the Hurricane Center giving this now a 60% chance of becoming a depression or storm. over the next 7 days. But if anything forms, it will not bother the United States, not even getting close. A trough over the northeast United States will do its thing and push it out to sea. This is the probabilistic outlook for a tropical depression formation over the course of the next, let's see, through August 7th. And again, nothing near the Gulf of Mexico. If you got a beach trip coming up, model fans, here's the GFS, the 12Z run ballot tomorrow at 4. And again, the core of the heat ridge a little to the west, and again, there's a little weakness in the ridge, so I think tomorrow will be a lot like today. We'll have the random scattered storms about. And I know you see nothing on this map, but these maps don't mean that much this time of the year. Again, the chance of any one spot getting wet, kind of like today, running 20, 25, 30%. And pretty much the same thing on Sunday. Highs for the weekend will stay in the 90s. Away from the storms, we might see upper 90s in spots. Where storms form, you'll drop in the 70s or 80s. And then next week, the ridge kind of stays intact for the first half of the week. This is Monday and Tuesday, but there's evidence toward the latter part of the week that thing begins to weaken and shift westward again. To probably start to see an increase in scattered storms Wednesday, and then Thursday, we could wind up with scattered to numerous showers and storms. And if they get going early enough, maybe highs dropping back in the 80s in spots. And this is a week from today, Friday, August 4th. 597 heat ridge off to the west. We're on the far flank of that, troughing to the north. And again, we'll see scattered showers and storms about with highs probably low 90s. Let's go out 10 days. This is Monday, August 7th. And again, we've got a nice trough developing over the eastern half of the country. That big heat ridge is suppressed off to the west. In fact, that's a nasty 6,000-meter upper high that's over the southwest. But again, far, far west of here. And again, if that's right, we'd see a number of showers and storms around. So we just don't see any evidence of a long-lasting, nasty period of excessive heat, and by that, upper 90s or triple digits here. The nastiest heat should stay over the southwest United States. Take a look at the rain for Birmingham coming off the GFS ensemble. This is between now and the 13th of August. The mean about 2 inches. Numbers are coming up. Temperatures coming off the NBM, National Blend of Models, and again, you might want to shave a few degrees off of these values, but highs in the 90s for a while, then trending down toward 90 around the 6th and 7th of August. And hot off the presses, got the brand new CPC outlook. This is for the period August 5th through August 11th. To the north, temperatures well below average, but around here, temperatures near, maybe slightly above average if this verifies. So let's go back to the radar. We're live here at 3 o'clock, and if you're new here, we simulcast these live on YouTube and Facebook. The storms are drifting to the west-southwest today, but that happens commonly in summertime here. It just follows the periphery of the upper ridge. And looks like the warning that was in effect for Tuscaloosa and Bibb, that has expired at the top of the hour. We have no active severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. But again, all of these things are packing a punch. And that storm cluster is heaviest just south of downtown Tuscaloosa, south of the university campus, pouring along Interstate 5920 in the southern part of Tuscaloosa, down McFarland Boulevard, Skyland Boulevard, and then down US 82 toward Duncanville. And again, to the east of Lake Tuscaloosa, got a heavy storm there. Drifting west, southwest, keep in mind the direction today. And with all these storms, lightning is really the biggest concern. If you hear thunder, when thunder roars, get indoors. You know the deal. And again, remember to be, people say, well, how come we're not getting a warning for these storms? Most all summer storms are not at severe levels. Remember, to be severe, a storm has to have 58 mile per hour winds or greater, or 1 inch diameter hail or larger. And most summer storms aren't like that. Occasionally, they can drop a wet microburst, but warning for those things is almost impossible to do. So you have to watch radar trends. I got that big storm in southern Walker County coming into Highway 69 around Oakman. Blount County got a heavy storm there between Locust Fork and Aniana. Also heavier storms in other parts of the county as well. And a big cluster in Calhoun County and that broad zone between Anniston and Ohatchee. Heaviest storm there around Eastaboga, Bynum. The Anniston Army Depot got a strong storm near Ragland in St. Clair County. And again, down to the south, strong storms from near Selma down toward Hayneville and Lowndes County. And big storms in parts of Marengo, Choctaw, Clark, Washington counties in southwest Alabama. And, of course, the main catalyst for these, the daytime heating process. So once the sun sets later this evening, those things will gradually fade away. And if you got something planned outdoors, it'll look like this tomorrow. And you can see most of the state, it's not raining a drop. It's just hot and dry. But if you're underneath one of these things, it gets pretty rough for a while. So just watch radar trends. And again, when you hear thunder, get inside. So a few logistical notes here. Again, I will be taking a few days off. I'm going to work tomorrow. I'll be here on the news tomorrow evening. Then I'll be off on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, back Thursday and Friday of next week. And again, these videos are done every day, even when I'm not working or out of town. They're done over on the blog and on the YouTube channel. And again, AlabamaWX.com. So it would be Bill Murray or Scott Martin or others doing the videos, just not me. And again, notes will always be on the blog, AlabamaWX.com. So I hope to see you guys on TV this evening. I'll be working tonight and tomorrow night, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and God bless.